I am taking a brand new account all the way to 2000 rating, sharing my game so you can learn from my strategies. Today we are a little bit above 1300 rating. We are playing with the white pieces against somebody from the United Kingdom. I will be playing the English opening, one of my favorite openings to play with white, and I will see if I can demonstrate what I call my light square control strategy. I've talked about this in previous videos, but if you haven't seen those, don't worry, I will explain exactly what we are doing here. Well, I have to say against my opponent's setup, which is extremely passive, yeah, it's a little bit of a different tactic that we might have to use. But you can see that basically what I am trying to do is I am trying to control all of the light squares with my pieces as much as I potentially can. What I will do here is I will play pawn to d4, which you usually don't do in this type of opening. But here it's actually fine. I won't play pawn to e4, that would be blocking in my own bishop. I will play pawn here to e3 and just develop my knight. And if you want to play this opening, the good thing is that you can pretty much play it against anything that they try, and you also can play it without really having to memorize any theory. You can just focus on controlling the light squares, develop your pieces, castle, and of course we want to now focus on making this bishop stronger. I do have to check that I don't allow him to do this. Actually, I couldn't have really done anything about it, I think. If he goes here and he eliminates my bishop, that is basically my best piece already gone. So the way to solve this, I guess, is to try to put a knight on f4 in some lines. Or what you can sometimes also do is move your rook. And even if they try to do this, instead of exchanging, which you can do, you can also just move your bishop. For example, move it here or there. And that way you can also keep your bishop alive if your rook is no longer on this file. So I'm thinking if there is a strategy for that. But I do have to watch out he doesn't just come in with the queen. Let's say I go back. He goes in with the queen. I go in here and then he goes in with the knight. Well, I actually can just take this then. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can try this. So this is a way that you can sometimes save your bishop, because your bishop is your most important piece here. Yeah, he is trying this strategy, but I can play this basically, and his bishop is trapped. Yeah, so that doesn't look too great for him. He probably just has to move the knight again. We can then take the bishop, also play our bishop back to g2, and yeah, basically we were able to just completely eliminate this entire threat. And we were able to save our bishop, which is the most important thing, because we want to keep this bishop active on this diagonal. I do have to watch out a little bit that he won't try to like come in, do a quick checkmate or something, but I don't really think there is any real way for him to do that. And his queen is also not even that safe. Like, it can't really go here. It can go here, but I can always attack it with e4, I think. And then he really is running out of squares for the queen. So we will be playing this. The bishop is also active. The queen is active. So yeah, I think he is just running out of squares, basically. And he will have to move back with the queen. Okay, let me think for a moment. I think maybe pawn to e5 is interesting, because I want to open up this again. I don't want this to be closed. If he takes, I can always take, attack his knight. If he takes my queen, I can take this. Basically, I get a rook to the open file, but then he moves the knight and I am somewhat in trouble, I think. So I will have to think for a moment. E5 looks like it is the plan. E5 looks like it is the plan, but how can I make it work? How can I make it work? I can also play f4 and expand more, then play it. That might also be interesting. But f4, those are the types of moves that are also dangerous, but I don't really see a way for him to abuse it. So maybe we go with the f4 push first. But now I have to be extra careful that I don't run into any tactics. But then I can play e5 and basically have this pawn backing it up as well, so that I could potentially close his diagonal and also open up my queen and my bishop. Okay, so he is already maneuvering, trying to see if there is some check to be done here. But I think we can now play e5. Yeah. The question is, how do we take? This is taking towards the center, which in general should be the better plan. But this is a more solid pawn structure. I honestly think that this is going to be the right move, but I don't like it. I don't like this move, but I think it's going to be the right move. Okay. And now my question is, can I push this? If he takes, well, doesn't really achieve me anything. Well, at least I don't think so. If he takes, I take with the rook, and then it's a little bit of a mess. I want to develop this bishop. I think that might be a plan. Also, keeping this locked keeps his bishop out of the game. And it also sets up some tricks. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's the best move, but at least we are developing. Okay, and he blocks this, but that's fine, because now he has a huge problem here on this square. And I can actually immediately go for it, I think, to try and put a knight in there. It might be beneficial also for us to play c5, taking away these squares, and also making sure he cannot break apart my center. We are creating a weakness, but we can also jump into his position. So that is what I'm going to try to do. And also the diagonal towards our king is basically closed now. And the queen can't go there. He is trying to break apart my structure, which is fine, but I think we can play b4 and just reinforce it, basically. And then I am thinking about moving the knight here. Also, you can see that my bishop is getting stronger. Actually, I think we might be able to take this way as well. And if he attacks, we play this, but I'm gonna end up with a weak pawn probably. I don't know what the best exchange is here. This is the simplest, but I don't know if it's the best. Yeah, so he's going in with the queen. That's not really a problem, because he is actually dropping this. Oh, no, he's not dropping this. I'll actually go back, because I still want to play something with the knight. But he might be dropping this. You can see how I basically was able to do what I wanted, right? I was able to increase my piece and make his piece weaker. We might need to defend this. Yeah, we might need to make some defensive maneuvers first and then get back into the game. But I am a little bit worried because my camera is flashing that it is about to die and I don't really have any way to switch battery, so that's extra excitement. I have to try to win this extremely fast now. But I think we are still in a good position. The structure is better for us, the position is in general better, or pieces are better, but I did make some inaccuracies for sure, because this is not really what we wanted, right? Maybe I should have just gone in with the knight. But I do also gain some things. For example, I can attack this, and I think then I can just basically fix my mistake and try to go in. And black is completely cramped. Black doesn't have any space. Black basically has nothing, and we have everything. Yeah, they don't have anything, and we will have a very good knight, an open bishop. Things will collapse for sure. This is also interesting, I think. And once my knight gets here, I also can infiltrate with the rook, with the queen. Everything is going to collapse. But I think this game is so instructive that even if my camera dies, you will have to keep watching without any video footage. This looks like it might just win on the spot. But I'm not sure. Maybe this just wins on the spot. Yeah, and I can take this for free. Then I can also go in with the knight. I'll have a queen-rook team up and the bishop here. Okay, by the way, a very long time ago I already identified that he was going to be able to do this. And also that it won't matter, because I will always have my bishop. And this bishop, taking away all of the squares. Yeah, and the camera died, but I will keep going because I think this game is too legendary to just quit. We can take this, this. Maybe the other way would have been better, this first. What are we going to play? This makes sense. Yeah. I think this position makes a lot of sense. We have double pressure here, we have this, we can push the pawn. It's a winning position, I just have to make sure I play fast enough, because my time is low. We can maybe win this. He is proposing a trade of queens. I don't know if I want that. I think this is interesting, because if he takes my queen, I just recapture with my bishop. So basically he has to do this, and I got to just win a pawn instead of trading. And I'm looking to push, basically. I think if I can get these pawns moving, or maybe even this one now, that we have basically triple pressure. Yeah, he is trying to do a counterattack. Don't really see anything, but now this is a bit weaker. I think now I do want to trade queens. Yeah, we'll see if we can trade queens. I have to play a little bit more quickly. With 1 minute, I don't know how long this endgame will take, but with 2 extra pawns, we should have a win. Yeah. If he trades queens, I think the game is over for him. If he doesn't, the game is also over for him, but it might take a little bit longer. Let's do this. And I think I probably just have to reactivate. I don't know if this e6 push will ever work. I think it might be a legendary move as well. Yeah, I think it might be, because I don't have a lot of time. My clock is already buzzing, but I think this might be a smothered checkmate pattern or a promotion. Yeah, I think we will have the smothered checkmate. Or just a discovery. Yeah. He basically has to sack the rook. Otherwise, he gets the smothered mate. Yeah, he has to sack the rook. Otherwise, I had a smothered mate. And I think this will also be a checkmate. But with only 36 seconds, I have to play quick. Trading pieces is also fine for me. So that's one plan. But probably with this time control, it's better to play for checkmate than it is to trade. Yeah. I don't really have time to calculate anything. But we have a check. I think this will be checkmate very soon. We have this check. Yeah, I think we have this check. We have the bishop working together here. Looks like this should be checkmate. It depends on his move, of course, but I don't really see how he is going to survive this. Maybe bishop f6 is the best plan for him. Blocking my queen. But even then they lose, yeah, just the check and then he loses this as well. Yeah, I think he is just completely, yeah, losing. There might have been other moves, but I think this is the safest plan. Since I always have to watch out for checks. And maybe I'll swing the rook over here. Yeah, I think that's just a winning move. Maybe even on the previous move. Yeah, sure. Just have to watch out I don't blunder, but I don't think he has a single check. That's basically what I'm looking for, that he doesn't have a check. And now I have this, a bunch of checkmating threads. Yeah, I think this is unstoppable checkmate already. Yeah, that's checkmate. All right, crazy game. I'm gonna do a quick review. Alright, so I actually played an almost incredible game. I had an 84.9% accuracy. We didn't make a single mistake, miss, or blunder. So yeah, I think basically we did nothing wrong. I just checked with the game review and we didn't play a single bad move. We had some moments we could probably have made something a little bit better, but in general it's an almost perfectly played game. So that's why I'm sharing this, even though we don't have any camera footage. That's it. Thanks for watching.